1775. A single shot on a Massachusetts green sparks a fire that burns an empire to ash. Farmers, merchants, and dreamers defy the world's mightiest army, forging a nation from blood and ideals. This is the American Revolution, 8 years of defiance, betrayal, and triumph. How did 13 colonies topple a king and birth a free republic? In 1765, the 13 colonies, stretching from Massachusetts to Georgia, were loyal outposts of the British Empire, home to 2.5 million souls, farmers, craftsmen, enslaved Africans, and merchants thriving under mercantilism. But beneath the surface, resentment simmered. Britain, victorious in the 7 Years' War, 1756-1763, faced a $130 million debt and turned to its colonies for revenue. The Stamp Act of 1765, taxing paper goods, ignited outrage. "No taxation without representation," cried Samuel Adams, Boston's fiery brewer-turned-rebel. Colonial assemblies protested, Sons of Liberty rioted, burning tax collectors' effigies. Britain doubled down, Sugar Act 1764, Quartering Act 1765, Townshend Acts 1767, taxes on glass, tea, paint. By 1770, tensions boiled over in Boston. Redcoats fired on a mob, killing 5 in the Boston Massacre. The Tea Act of 1773 sparked the Boston Tea Party. Colonists, disguised as Mohawks, dumped 342 chests of tea into the harbor. The First Continental Congress convened in 1774, uniting 12 colonies in a boycott. But words turned to muskets. April 19, 1775. British General Thomas Gage sent 700 redcoats to seize colonial arms at Concord. Lexington's Minutemen stood firm. 8 died in the dawn clash, the shot heard round the world. The war was on. From these sparks rose a revolution, not just for land, but for ideas, liberty, self-rule, equality, though not yet for all. Led by George Washington, a Virginia surveyor turned commander, and thinkers like Jefferson and Franklin, the colonies waged an 8-year fight against 50,000 British troops, Hessians, and Loyalists. Their improbable victory reshaped the world. Let's trace the fire from Lexington to Yorktown. The Revolution's roots were ideological, sown in Enlightenment soil. John Locke's theories, natural rights, government by consent, inspired Patrick Henry's cry, "Give me liberty or give me death," 1775. Colonists, diverse in faith and trade, chafed under a distant king. By 1775, 20% were enslaved, 10% loyalist, yet a third rallied for independence, a third wavered. Lexington and Concord lit the fuse. After the April 19th clash, 8 colonial dead, 49 British, Minutemen harried redcoats back to Boston, 273 British casualties in retreat. June 17, 1775, Bunker Hill. Colonials held Breed's Hill, repelling 2 British assaults before retreating. Cost: 226 British dead, 828 wounded, 140 American dead, 271 wounded. Moral victory: rebels could stand. June 1775, Second Continental Congress forms the Continental Army, naming George Washington, 43, Commander-in-Chief. A surveyor and French and Indian War veteran, Washington's strength was grit, not genius. His army, 17,000 by 1776, was ragged, unpaid, often fleeing. His first move? Besiege Boston. March 1776. Artillery from Fort Ticonderoga, captured by Ethan Allen. Forced British evacuation. 10,000 redcoats sailed to Halifax. But 1776 brought setbacks. Britain, under General William Howe, landed 32,000 troops in New York. Battle of Brooklyn, August 27. 20,000 redcoats crushed 10,000 Americans. 2,100 colonial casualties versus 400 British. 1777, turning point. British General John Burgoyne's northern invasion flopped at Saratoga, October 17th. American General Horatio Gates trapped 5,195 redcoats, surrendered. Casualties: 440 American dead, wounded, 1,200 British. France, scenting victory, joined in 1778 with funds, troops, and a navy under Comte de Grasse. Winter 1777-1778, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Washington's 12,000 men face starvation, smallpox, 2,500 die, no shots fired. Baron von Steuben, Prussian volunteer, drills discipline, army emerges leaner, 8,000 strong. Women like Molly Pitcher haul water, load cannons, legends born. France's entry transforms the war. By 1778, 10,000 French troops and 28 ships under de Grasse join. Spain 1779 and Holland 1780 pile on, stretching Britain's navy across oceans. Naval superiority shifts, key for Yorktown later. The South becomes the crucible. British General Charles Cornwallis targets the Carolinas, hoping loyalist support. 1781. Nathaniel Greene's race to the river strategy bleeds Cornwallis. Guilford Courthouse, March 15th. Greene's 4,400 face 1,900 redcoats, 78 American dead, 183 wounded. British lose 93 dead, 413 wounded. Pyrrhic British win. Cornwallis limps to Yorktown, Virginia, fortifying a peninsula with 9,000 men. Spies tip the scales. Culper spy ring, led by Benjamin Tallmadge, exposes Benedict Arnold's treason. 1780. West Point plot foiled, Arnold flees. Culper intel tracks Cornwallis's moves, feeding Washington's plans. James Armistead, enslaved spy, infiltrates British HQ. His reports confirm Yorktown's vulnerability. Summer 1781. Washington with 16,000, 8,800 American, 7,200 French under Rochambeau, faints at New York. But Lafayette's dispatches from Virginia shift focus. Cornwallis is trapped. De Grasse's fleet seals Chesapeake Bay September 5th, repelling British Admiral Graves. 90 French casualties versus 26 British. Washington marches south, 700 miles, 5 weeks, secrecy tight. October 1781, Yorktown siege begins. 17,000 allies encircle Cornwallis's 9,000. Trenches dug, artillery pounds, 100 plus guns, Henry Knox commanding. October 14th, redoubts 9 and 10 stormed. Alexander Hamilton leads Americans, 9 dead, 25 wounded. French take Nurenine, 15 dead, 77 wounded. October 17th, Cornwallis waves white flag. October 19th, surrender. 7,685 redcoats march out, stack 8,000 muskets. Bands play The World Turned Upside Down. Total casualties, Allies 389, 88 dead, 301 wounded. British 8,500, 156, 309 dead, 7,685 captured. Yorktown broke Britain's will. October 24th, 1781. Philadelphia bells ring, Congress cheers. London gasps. Prime Minister Lord North. Oh God, it is all over. Skirmishes drag to 1783, but Britain shifts to defense. Peace talks begin 1782 in Paris. Franklin, John Adams, John Jay negotiate. Treaty of Paris, September 3rd, 1783. Britain cedes territory to Mississippi River. Fishing rights, debt terms. U.S. emerges. 13 states, 4 million people, slavery intact. A bitter contradiction. Costs were brutal. 25,000 American deaths, 6,800 battle rest disease, 27,000 British Hessian dead or wounded. Economic toll, 400 mintos in colonial debt, inflation rampant. Enslaved fighters, 5,000 served, many re-enslaved or fled with British. Native tribes, displaced as settlers surged west. France, bankrupt, sowing 1789 revolution. Post-war chaos, Continental Army unpaid, nearly mutinies. Newburgh, 1783, Washington quells. Articles of Confederation falter, weak central government. 1787, Constitutional Convention crafts U.S. Constitution, ratified 1788. Washington elected first president, 1789. Heroes emerge, Washington's endurance, Jefferson's pen, Lafayette's zeal. Villains, Arnold's betrayal, British generals like Cornwallis, competent but outmaneuvered. Women, black soldiers, spies unsung, yet vital. The revolution birthed a republic, flawed but bold. Constitution balanced power, inspired democracies. Latin America's Bolivar, Haiti's Toussaint drew from it. Slavery's shadow, codified in the Three-Fifths Compromise, fueled civil war. Women's roles, Abigail Adams, Remember the Ladies, planted suffrage seeds. Military legacy, militia model influenced National Guard. Naval lessons birthed U.S. Navy, 1794. Yorktown siege tactics shaped West Point doctrine. Global impact. France's 1789 revolution, anti-colonial movements worldwide. Today, Independence Hall, Lexington Green draw 1M+ visitors yearly. Reenactments thrive. Bunker Hill, Yorktown. Media like Hamilton, 2015, Turn, 2014, revive tales. What if Britain won? Colonies remain. No U.S. superpower. Global history shifts. The revolution taught unity, sacrifice, ideas conquer might. Its fire burns in every ballot, protest, dream of freedom. The American Revolution wasn't just war, it was a spark that lit liberty's torch. From Lexington's shot to Yorktown's silence, farmers and philosophers defied an empire, forging a nation imperfect but striving. Their gamble, 25,000 lives, 8 years, proved ideas outlast muskets. Today their legacy challenges. Can we uphold all men are created equal? Inspired by rebel fire. Like If Liberty Stirs You, history's lessons endure. Subscribe for American epics. Next, Civil War. Comment, Revolution's boldest hero. Sources pinned. Mount Vernon, NPS, History.com. Visit Lexington. Walk freedom's ground. Until next, keep the flame alive. Fade to stars and stripes over Philadelphia.